Hello everyone and welcome, we're back and today we're going to be continuing our series of restoring the Ottoman Empire. For some reason I'm in a really good mood today, so we're just going to get straight into it and we're going to continue on with the game. So apparently where we left off I just had this nice little encirclement here, so we're just going to send this guy up here. No, we don't even need to, I think we're just going to go for another encirclement. So we're going to send this guy down here and then we're just going to use a little bit of micromanagement just to close these pockets off here. Okay, we were desperately trying to get as much land over here as possible. Just because Italy is going to try and take it all from us. Okay, now where we left off with, things are actually going pretty well for us. Our air force is still very small. So this is actually vaguely similar to what happened in real life. So during World War II you had the North African campaigns, which, the land swapped back and forth between Italy and Britain quite a lot. And at one point Italy completely took over all of this area, but there was a bunch of Australian divisions that were able to hold this port city of Tobruk. And so you've got 6 Australian divisions holding this port, just like they did in real life. There you go. Yeah, Rats of Tobruk. That's it's a reference to the soldiers that were able to hold that port for so long. Okay, it looks like we've closed off all these encirclements down here, so you finish off here, and you come down here. And then, yeah, there's only one division here, they can't hold a line, so Oman's nearly finished its construction effort focus, so we're going to start justifying on them, and it's just it's like a cracker. It's like a cake that comes with a cup of tea. Just a nice little snack. It's just there. It's not huge, but it's not even that particularly nice, but it's just free, and it's there, and it's, you can't help yourself. So we're going to go ahead and declare war on Oman. It's going to mean that they're going to join the Allies because they're being guaranteed by the British. But it doesn't really matter. They're not going to be able to get any troops in here anyway. All I've done is I've just got a few guys on the border, not even good divisions. Our main army is pushing south of Egypt, but they're just going to come in here and just, as far as I'm aware, Oman only has 1 division. So we're just going to walk around it, quite honestly. And there we go. So we've actually finished off over here. And just like that, Oman is no more. Well, they actually had some nice supplies on them. Nice. Well, look at that. Greece is actually trying to push in. So it's lucky that I had some dudes here. Okay, so we got 2 extra factories from taking Oman. So what do we want? Okay, I want to get one on tanks. So you can come here. And then I think we'll step you up to here for now. We are lacking a lot of resources, dear God. So it only just occurred to me that if Greece now in the Allies, we have a border with them. And I don't want to lose this land, because Bulgaria decides to walk in and take it. Oh no, well, Bulgaria's not actually part of the Allies. So, yeah, I need to quickly get some divisions on the go. They are just relentlessly ramming themselves into us. Gotta say, Greece, joining the Allies, not a good idea. And if we're lucky, we might actually be able to snipe a nice little bit of land over here. So we were able to advance a little bit into Greece before we got cut off by the Croatians. So this is the line where we started on this river, and then we were able to take 1, 2, 3, 4. We were able to take a few little bits of land. This one little blob of land here, though, this one little bit here, is all that was stopping us from taking the entirety of this province here, which has 3 military factories. I'm not sure if we get them or not. I think we do. We've got 93% ownership of the province, so I think we get it. I'm not sure. Either way, to apologise to the Croatians for sending us 16 support equipment, so that's much appreciated. Greece has officially capitulated, and even though Italy did most of the work, we actually got 50% of their stockpile, so we've actually got a lot of equipment now. I mean, it's all random bits of equipment from Saudi Arabia, Yemen, and Oman, and all that, but hey, it's equipment. Look at that, 12k guns. Jesus Christ, look at all the different types of guns we've got. Christ. And Christ, look at our manpower as well. We haven't even finished mobilising. We're on 8%, and because our core population is now 45 million. That's huge, and we don't even have all of our core states. Like, we get all of this north coast to Tunisia, and we've actually got I think we have, I think it comes down to here. So yeah, I mean, we don't even have all of our core states. And we've already got a core population of 45 million. That means we have a higher population than like France and the United Kingdom and Italy. Like that's pretty big. So I've been toying with the idea of whether to go to war with Iran or not. And I think we're going to. Not because it was part of the Ottoman Empire or we particularly want all the factories, but purely for that sweet, sweet oil. So if we look who exports the most oil in the game, Iran, in core oil, so Iran is actually the 4th largest producer of oil in the entire game. Why the Dutch East Indies are above them, I'm not sure. But Iran has 66 oil. So what we're going to do is, I don't particularly want a huge border with the Soviet Union for when we inevitably go to war with them. So I'm really not interested in this land over here. The only thing I actually want are these pockets of oil. So I might take half their country and then just, I mean, I could puppet them if I really want. Not really sure. Now the way we're going to do it is I just finished the focus of special forces. So firstly, I'm going to leave. I'm not going to do any. I'm not going to do any special focuses for a while because I want to get some extra political power. But we're going to recruit some more. But we're going to recruit some more paratroopers. We're going to get as many as we can, so we can get another 5. I've edited their template so they're a little bit stronger and they're now 10 width. That'll give us a total of 13 paratroopers, so we can send those in, use the same tactic we did before, and push into them. We are very undersupplied at the moment in terms of our army. We just don't have enough military factories to keep up. So we're going to start rapidly just pumping out as many military factories as we can, and then we'll use those to take out Iran. So I think we will go ahead and start just fine on them. Oh, it's only 25 days, so we can do that later. How's it going down here? Okay. A lot of our troops can't get down here because their supply is so bad. Yeah, we're already massively over. I mean, we could push. If I was Britain, I probably would have pulled out right now. This is a very precarious situation for them. They've got the Ottomans on one side, the Italians on another. I mean, it says we can push. I don't know if I believe it, but let's give it a go. And then I'll cancel it. And then we'll only have... Yeah. So I don't really think that's a worthwhile push. But we're going to be able to take this province, so... something. I think it's long overdue, and I think it's about time that we step up to total mobilization. It's going to lower our manpower short term, but as soon as we get 100 political power, then we can get women in the workforce, so it'll balance it out. Okay, we're just waiting on the rest of our paratroopers to deploy. It's taking a little bit of time because we're just really far behind on equipment. We've actually got a huge... we can get a huge amount of paratroopers at the moment because we have so many divisions in the field. That's the reason why. So the reason why I made so many garrison divisions is because, you know, it artificially inflates how many special forces we can get. So if you look here, we can get 93 special force battalions because we've got so many battalions in the field because we have so many garrison divisions. And that, I mean, that's ultimately why we're so far behind on equipment, because I've just got, you know, I've got 72 divisions here when realistically I don't need them. I'm just pumping them out to, to up the special forces cap. But it's a trade-off. It's working. We can actually get an extra 2 if we want. But for the time being, I think we'll just leave it. We'll leave it on 16 paratroopers, and then once these guys have deployed, we'll go to war with Iran. My only worry is that if Iran joins the Comintern, then we're screwed. If that does happen, then I'll probably have to immediately join the Axis. Although, I mean, the Comintern, the Soviet Union, probably has its hands full at the moment, so maybe we'll be all right. I think what I am going to do, though, is I'm definitely just going to... I mean, I could puppet this land, hypothetically, but I think we're just going to leave it. We'll just let them keep it, because if we don't, we'll actually have a land border with the Allies over here in the British Raj, where, and if we puppet it, it's unlikely they'll declare on the puppet, but it's just not, if, say, for example, I join the Axis, there's a chance that Italy would then call in my puppet without me, asking for it. So it's just not worth it. So we'll just, I think we'll just leave it like that. We'll let them keep it. All we're after is the oil. So, as long as we have that, we'll be fine. Yeah, we'll have a little bit of a bigger border here, but, we're planning to build up this border anyway. It was more this one I don't want to have to worry about. Kind of reached a stalemate down here in South Sudan. The problem is it's just supply. I don't have the industry to afford to build loads of infrastructure, so I can't push because we've got 9 supply here. So just, you know, there's 2 supply in this region and 9 here. I just can't really make a push because there's just no supply. I guess I could fly some in, but kind of need our planes elsewhere. Yeah, so we're actually, I mean, it doesn't really matter because they haven't got any bombers over here, so they can't bomb it. So even though we don't have air superiority over Arabia, it doesn't really matter. You got to feel kind of bad for Hungary in that kind of scenario. That, you know, they side with the Axis, they do everything Germany wants, and then they say, hey, could you do me a favour? Could I have a little bit of land? You know, maybe make Greater Hungary? And Germany's like, nah. And then there's literally nothing Hungary can do because they're in a faction and in a war with them. So this is either going to be the best idea or the worst idea I've ever had. Yeah, we've got our orders ready. We're gonna send just a huge wave of paratroopers. As long as they don't join the Comintern, we're okay. If they do, we're in trouble. So yeah, we're ready. At the moment, there is actually well, they got a very thin line. There was a gap, but there isn't anymore. Looks like they fixed it. So yeah, I'm gonna put them on aggressive. Put you guys on aggressive as well. Yeah, this might be a really stupid idea, but we're gonna give it a go. Alright, so you go. Please don't join the Comintern, or the Allies for that matter. If they join the Allies, it's going to be a pain in the arse because we'll never get a peace deal. And now that I think about it, if they do join the Allies, not only will we not get a peace deal, we'll have to protect that land. So that this might have been a stupid idea. I probably didn't think this through. Oh, brilliant. Oh, crap. I didn't think about that. Oh, they've joined the Allies. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Ah, so it finally happened. We finally tried to land on a province that has a dude in it. Why is there a dude here? I don't know. I don't know. So what we're going to do is we're going to send these 2 dudes in here and hopefully help him out. Ah, there we go. Okay, we've lost our first one. That's it was bound to happen. I mean, to be honest, it's kind of surprising we went this long without losing any paratroopers. How much manpower is a single paratrooper? 7,000. Okay. Well, I mean, we've encircled this part of the line, and they've got 0 supply. Wow. Okay. So even if we don't get this bit, this whole part of the line here has actually been encircled. Okay, the last of our paratroopers has now officially landed, and we only lost 1. So overall, that's probably pretty good. So we can redraw our battle lines now. I don't think we need to unnecessarily push anymore. So paratroopers can be the ones to push here. I'm surprised they haven't moved any troops in yet, because we are, like, you know, there is a border here with India. Maybe India's a little bit preoccupied with Japan. Looks like they are. Okay, so we've got a bunch of pockets now. Take those out, and Iran should capitulate. I mean, they'll probably capitulate as soon as we take that capital, to be honest. All right, you guys just go. You guys take that pocket out. Okay, so we've actually cleared out all the pockets from the encircled divisions, and now we just need to focus on what's left of Iran. They've actually taken out about 40,000 of our divisions. Oh, 50,000 actually. So they've killed 50,000 of our men, but we've killed 130,000 of theirs, so it's not awful odds. The reason where they've actually killed so many though is because I'm desperately just charging my paratroopers into them at the moment. And I mean, I'll stop it now because all of the attacks are failing. But the reason I was doing that is because United States divisions have started showing up, and I was desperately just trying to push as much as possible before they entrenched themselves in the mountains. But it's too late. They've done that already. So yeah, we're going to bring these guys down, and then hopefully that'll be enough to well, push. Probably won't be. They're not even close to capitulating. So I might just, what I might do is just focus on taking their capital. It doesn't really matter to me because, you know, it's just a case of, it's just another border now. What I will do is I'll need to just quickly extend my garrison order just a couple of ports. I wonder, how are the casualties going for the Soviet war? Oh, it is not going well for the Germans at all. So between Germany and Italy together have lost more casualties than the Soviet Union. That is really not good for the Germans. Germany, you want to be taking out way more Soviets than Germans. So that I think there's a good chance Germany's going to lose this war. So we can finally get women in the workforce, which means our manpower is now going to even out. Brilliant. So we're only actually on 9.5% conscription because we've got military youth, militarism, and then we've got limited conscription. We haven't even gone up to extensive conscription yet. And yet we've already got so much manpower. Oh, so the Americans are actually trying to push us now. Or at least the Americans are trying to push us. So you know what they say, like, you know, my parents used to tell me this all the time. If your first paratrooper invasion fails, just try again. And so I'm really tempted to just do the same tactic again and just see if I can encircle all these American divisions. Because I cannot see any divisions, you know, holding the ports or the victory points behind them. There probably are some. There's definitely going to be loads in India. They are fiercely fighting the Japanese. But yeah, no, I think we're going to try again. So the Americans are just relentlessly pushing into my army. And I'm getting a little bit worried because I was not planning for a long war in Iran. And I do not have a decent enough army to be dealing with the Americans at all. Like, for some reason, it never crossed my mind that they'd join the Allies. I thought maybe they'd join the Comintern, but not the Allies. So, yeah, I'm a little bit worried. I might have bitten off a bit more than I can chew. Unfortunately, I'm just so low on military factories. I can't produce like an incredibly decent army, which is why I'm rapidly just building as many as I can. But the infrastructure is so low. Yeah, so it's a little bit of a struggle at the moment, but we will persevere. So remember earlier when I said this was the stupidest thing I'd ever done? Yeah, no, scratch that. This is by far the stupidest thing I've ever done in Hearts of Iron 4. I'm effectively just saying to the Americans, hey, you know that desert behind you? I'm going to be throwing about 120,000 men. Just take them out whenever you want. This might go awful, and if it does, then, you know, if any, I mean, I'll be honest, with the amount of manpower we have, I'd be more worried about the guns than the lives. But yeah, it's about 120,000 men. We're going to be launching over the in the skies. Yeah, this is this might go very poorly. Okay, and go. Oh god, I'm actually a little bit. I feel like this might be a really bad idea.